Hello and welcome to another Doctor Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing another collection update video thing for my video game collection. Without further ado, I mainly only have 2 new games, but you know, for those of you who haven't got around to watching my other ones of my PS3 collection video and the update, so this would be about the second update, so there'd be a total of 3 PS3 related ones at least on the playlist. I also have a playlist of my video game collection videos, so it just goes through all the different categories of console slash hand can't even say the word handheld games as well. But yeah, I'll go through all of them because obviously some of you might not have seen the other ones. But yeah, without further ado, the first game I have here is GTA 5. I've only really played really small smidge of the game. I got it free. I got it from my friend. His username, at least on the YouTube land, is the Superhero Guy. So thanks to the Superhero Guy for letting me have this. Basically, the story there is that his neighbour was getting rid of PS3, and so he had a spare copy of GTA 5. So again, thank you. So yeah. So I might do a review. Comment below if you want reviews of any of the games that I haven't reviewed in any of my collection videos. Just go on and if I haven't reviewed them on the channel, then you can always say, you know, Doctor Assistant 1, can you review this please? And hopefully I'll get around to it. Dead Space, which is extremely atmospheric, really dark, creepy, and I think in the 2012 or 2010, one of the two video game Guinness World Records I have there. It is in there because of the at the time it had the highest amount of death animations for your main protagonist, if that makes sense. So there was the most amount of different varieties in the way that your main character would die. So yeah, extremely scary, extremely messed up, and atmospheric and dark. Like, there's no real music, but there's sounds to the guns and obviously the mechanical kind of movement in this spaceship. It's very Alien inspired, definitely. It's like a video game version of Alien, so it's even scarier because it's like you're interacting with it. You know, you're in this world where it's really dark and grim. But yeah, at the minute I'm stuck. I'm not stuck as in I'm trying to defeat a boss or a enemy. I'm stuck in the fact that I know what to do, but I don't know how to do it, if that makes sense. And that usually pisses me off more than not being able to defeat an enemy, because eventually you'll be able to defeat them, or you'll be able to get a friend to do it, or you'll be able to conjure up a new strategy and eventually get past it. Whereas if you don't know what to do, but you know, you have a vague idea of, well, you know what to do, so like for example you need to press a button, but you just don't know what button you need to press to open a door or something to get to the next bit, that is way more annoying. The Deadpool game, one way of describing this is just fun. Frantic, it doesn't take itself too serious. It's really over the top writing, character, and it's just a hell of a lot of fun. By the people who made the Transformers game, it is fun and frantic, and I can't recommend it enough. Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition, really good solid fighting game, all the DC characters you could want and more probably. Really fun, really good gore effects and whatnot. God of War 3, even though it says God of War, but it says 3 there, even though it was on a shelf like this, so I was like, yeah, God of War 1, and then I turned it over and it was like God of War 3. Really good. I haven't played it in ages. Obviously, mental graphics and really good mental and solid combat, like really like on par, if not slightly better or different to the Arkham games, the Batman Arkham games, which shows that it's an amazing sort of like action brawler kind of game. Duke Nukem Forever, mainly just for trophies and to add to a collection. It is really terrible. It's playable, but it is crap. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines. I have actually had a lot of fun with this game. It's gory, it's a lot like Gears of War and that, but it's like a third-party version of Gears of War, basically. It's very, it is pretty crappy, it's on par with, it's like that. It is pretty shitty, graphic-wise and that, and it does freeze, and the loading times are terrible, but, you know, it's fun, you're just killing countless orcs, it's mindless killing and destruction, which I always like. Little Big Planet 2, I haven't played that in a long time. I prefer 2 over 1, which is kind of weird, because most people prefer 1 over 2. I just feel like it improved on everything that 1 was built, a good foundation, but this just builds upon it even more and makes it even more solid. Little Big Planet 1, it's a good game, I like it, and it sets the foundation to be built upon, as I said. Resistance 3, now this is the first Resistance I picked up, so I like this one the most, even though the hardcore fanbase like 2 the most, I think, and then 1, and I had 1, but it was pretty much unplayable for myself, and I hated it. So yeah, and you can all scream and shout down in the comments at how much I'm an idiot for saying that. It's also by Insomniac Studios, who are the same people who make the Ratchet & Clank games, and ironically, Sunset Overdrive of late. So yeah, Resistance 2, can't even remember any of it really, I haven't played it in yonks. Same with these 2 games, Ratchet & Clank, A Clank of Time. I mainly just picked up these 2 games because I knew that I was doing this sensible thing of trying to get as many exclusives as I could at the beginning of the time when I got the PS3, and also I got Resistance 3 and the next game with the PS3. So yeah. I mainly wanted to get the exclusives just to have a good feel for what, you know, the PS3 is capable of doing, you know, because the exclusives really do show off the console and the power of its hardware and its system and what gameplay they can do and what kind of graphics they have, and they really do push the boundaries. I remember I watched a review of, I can't remember if it was this Ratchet & Clank game or this one, but one of the early kind of PS3 Ratchet & Clank games, so it might have been this one. The polygon count is higher, so, and I found out what polygons are. They're these like things where they basically like render the 3D image or a 2D image and make it look 3D and stuff with lots of polygons or something along those lines. I can't remember what my tutor said at college. Killzone 3, really solid game. I recently finished the campaign. It's good. It's like the Helghast, basically like space Nazis, and it's basically like Sony's version of Halo, and I like Halo, and I like sci-fi films and games, and so obviously I was going to like this game. So yeah, fun, frantic, and the multiplayer is solid, and I was quite addicted to it for quite some time. I've not played it in quite a bit though, so yeah. These are all my PS3 games. Just a quick panorama before I close the video. So, as always, thanks for watching, comment, rate and subscribe.